Hey guys, lights. I mean, who doesn't love a good burnout tag light? Today we're going to take a look at some body cam video out of Appleton, Wisconsin. A man on a bus, vapor locked, because I guess he OD'd on some stuff, and first responders showed up and they blast this cat with NARCANed a couple of times and get him awake, and then escort him off the bus to kind of further evaluate the situation and see if there's anything more that needs to be done. In the process, of course, law enforcement shows up to kind of make sure everything's copacetic. I've watched this whole video. The whole thing is about 40 minutes long, and I didn't want to clog up your time with 40 minutes worth of video just to get a minute and a half, 2 minutes of kind of the meaty part of it. But throughout this interaction, the suspect here is giving some nonverbal cues that are fairly evident. You'll notice them pretty regularly. I'm sure the people on scene noticed it too. He did want to be touched. He didn't want to be pat down. I'm curious. Again, let me state again for the record, to use some sovereign citizen speak. My intent here is to not Monday morning quarterback anybody. I wasn't there to see what happened or to feel what happened or to taste what happened or to hear what happened. All we're seeing is this much. So I don't want to sit here in a chair and say, well, what you should have done or what you could have done, because that's not fair. There are some things, however, that I noticed or that I was thinking about throughout this interaction. At what point in this contact did they cross, or could they have crossed the Terry threshold? Could they have articulated that they had reasonable or articulable suspicion that a crime has been or is about to be committed, and that the person or persons that you're dealing with are the ones that have committed or may commit that crime, and that they may be armed? And I'm paraphrasing, but could they have articulated that in order to kind of move the process along a little bit? Well, let's kind of check this out here and see what happens. Where the hell is it? There it is.
Go to the hospital, get checked out. If they say you're okay, then you're on your way. I don't want you to get home, though, man. You'll get home. Listen, I talked to my boss. The only other alternative to you not going voluntary, if you go voluntary, you hop on the cot, you ride down there, you get checked out, it's done. If you don't go voluntarily, here's what I have to do. I feel that you're not making a safe choice in your best interest. I'm consciously talking. You're not making a safe choice in your best interest. And I have to involve crisis. We have to go to the hospital anyway to start that process, and we have to have them evaluate to make sure that you're making safe decisions for yourself. I don't want to go there.
Riddle me this, because I don't know the policy where they are, but is it not possible that they could have just let this guy sign a refusal and said, see you later? Now, he wasn't getting back on the bus. The driver and the bus company is like, no, you've already vapor locked on the bus once. We're not going to be liable for you kicking off in the bus and we're driving a dead body around. That wasn't going to happen. So, just out of curiosity, could they have given him a refusal, gotten a signature, and sent him on his way? I don't know.
No, sir. You have a bulge on your right side. That's my phone. Okay, don't reach for it. That's my phone. Look, man, I have a problem with all.
You see that? Do you have anything? I notice a bulge right there. He immediately blades himself and touches it. So that indexing, it's almost, I guess, subconscious for people. It's kind of like, hey, is there any dope in your car? Not that I know of. It's kind of a tell.
Lift up your shirt, then. Just lift up your shirt. Lift up your shirt. We want to make sure everybody's safe. Look.
Now, this is something I noticed in watching the first video. We just want to make sure everybody's safe. Lift up your shirt. He immediately steps back, puts his hand down here, and you can hear him exhale. Look. Well, again, in my unprofessional, non-professional, not a psychologist, no degree opinion, it's kind of like watching somebody in the interview room with your homicide investigators just before they spill their guts and they go like that. He made a decision. Right then, he made the decision. He knew what he was going to do.
Look,
Now, it's hard to tell in this video, but if you look directly below the officer's gun, this guy has grabbed a bystander to use as a human shield, or is trying to use her as a human shield. So, notice he was carrying the bad guy was carrying, and he didn't have a round chambered. So he brings the gun up out of, it turned out to be like one of those snap cases. Kind of looks like a cell phone case, and he has to chamber around before he puts the gun to work. Unfortunately, one of the first couple of rounds struck a firefighter and killed him. So, yeah, I mean, I guess the best possible outcome here is the outcome that we got. There were a lot of dynamics, there were a lot of moving pieces here, and this is kind of a shitty situation all the way around because there are so many people. You've got the people that are on the bus, you've got bystanders, you've got another bystander that's getting drug over to be used as a human shield. There's a lot of opportunity for bad crossfire situations, but it seems like everybody was able to work it out, and they were able to take this guy into custody. Of course, he died at the hospital, but just a truly, truly unfortunate situation. There really is not a good outcome to this with the loss of the firefighter, and one of the officers was injured. The other lady received, the human shield lady was injured. But at the end of the day, the bad guy here, he's not going to hurt anybody else. But a lot of good stuff in this video, and I would encourage you to go find the 40-minute video and watch it just to see the entire interaction. And a lot of it, most of the video leading up to this, is this guy talking with EMS and firefighters, and they're trying to convince him he needs to go to the hospital. But again, in watching that, you'll pick up on a lot of the nonverbal cues that this guy was given, that something was going to go sideways eventually. Anyway, if you see anything I missed or anything that you want to comment on, please leave it in the comments down below. Hit the subscribe button so we can continue doing this, and we'll holler at you later. You guys be safe.